Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Yes, are you thinking, am I doing a perfect draft one or what? No, I'm doing a bottle one. I'm just going to sit down here and do it. The actual day I'm doing it is Wednesday the 8th. I'm off on holiday early Friday morning, so I just can't be asked to go up there. I feel a little bit grotty. You can probably tell that in me thing. I'm trying to fight off the lurgy, but hey-ho. That's life, isn't it? So I'm banging another beer out now because I'm trying to get as many done before I go away as possible, and I can keep you entertained for a long, long time. That's the plan. You'll probably die asleep. Anyway, what have we got coming up? We got another one that I picked up from Purple Moose Brewery Shop. It's not actually from Purple Moose, as you will tell from the title. And it's a new brewery to me. I've done one of their beers already, but it was a new brewery at the time of picking it up. I'd not heard of them. And it is from Bragdy Cubby or Kubi. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And this is a bottle of their Sunshine Dan Mountain IPA. 500ml bottle, coming in at 5.3%. It was around the £3, £3.50 mark. Loved the plain sort of artwork. I've done one of their beers already, which was a seaweed ale. I will give you some of the spiel on the back. It's a gritty, hazy mountain IPA, hoppy and fresh, bitter and strong, late and dry hopped only. Extra pale wheat, and then Equinox, Citra and Cascade hops. Natural sediment, so yeah, hopefully it's going to be decent. It's been in the fridge, which is set at 5 degrees, the main one in the house. I don't have one of their glasses. Now they're from Kaigerby, or there's another place, but I can't pronounce it, but I'm going to say Kaigerby LL65 2RU, North Wales. It's going to go in this glass, so let's get it cracked open, see what we get. There we go, just a plain silver crown. I'm going to have enough videos uploaded to probably keep you going until the start of June. Now, I think these are more of a traditional brewery that do their own take on different beers, so I'm expecting this to have a traditional sort of twist. There did look like a bit of sediment in the bottom that I swear is going to come out once we get going, but the odd, no real bubbles sticking. It's very much golden, sort of golden amber colour. Clear. There is a slight haze, but almost clear as a bell. The odd bubble going up with a finger of white. So, did I tell you it was 5.3%? If I didn't, I have now. Let's give it a swirl, dive in with the nose, and see what we get. Hopefully, my sore throat shouldn't affect the beer review. I've had none of that yet, so hopefully the beer review is going to be okay. Let's go in. Malty. There's a maltiness, a hoppiness, a light fruit note. You know, this style of beer is a cross between a West Coast and a New England. New England is very much a juicy number. I think the idea is that it's still got the juicy notes, but it's just edging down on the bitterness of a West Coast, really. Yeah, it's got very much a traditional sort of feel. Malty, a slight sweetness in there. Hoppy, a little bit fruity. That's about all I'm getting. So, I mean, certainly don't smell bad. This is hazed up unbelievably now. Look how much that has changed. There is a fog of sediment in there. Looks a little bit more orange now. So, without further ado, Bragdy Kubi or Cubby Sunshine Dan Mountain IPA, 5.3%. Let's dive in, give her a taste. Cheers. Yeah, they've done that. They've done that with that traditional backbone to it. And it's very decent. It's very, very decent. Let's go in again. I think a medium body for that ABV, I think it's pretty standard of what you expect of something that sort of strength. Almost non-existent, the carbonation, but not in a flat way. It's there, but it really is that minimal, really, really, really tiny bubbles that just give a little flicker across the palate. It's very smooth, it's very soft, as you'd expect with a beer that's got, you know, a solid body and low carbonation. It's got the sort of body that's going to catch up on you. On the taste, you do get them notes. It's really nice. Juicy, lemon, lime, zesty, malty backbone to it. And that bitterness does come in. It's quite hard to do because it's not like a craft one where it's maybe really, really full on in your face. It's got that traditional feel, so it's always just that little bit toned down a little bit. But it's all there. But it's not just popping and popping and hitting you in the face. It's got a dryness about it. Almost a dank feel. It starts off, you get that dry, dank, juicy start with this. The back end of it, that's where the bitterness just sort of tickles in. And it lingers. It does linger. But it's not overpoweringly bitter. You could say West Coast in the citrus notes, that sort of orange thing, traditional sort of West Coast notes, if you like. Marmalade even. And then it really, really, once that sort of fruity note has tailed off, really does leave you with a, I mean, it says the bitterness is toned down, but, and it is toned down, but it's quite a strong sort of bitterness still in there that lingers. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's got to be said. I know it might look a little bit uninspiring there now. Yeah, it's definitely got that New England juiciness about it. It hits it there, and it hits that West Coast bitterness, if you like that, the bitter side of a West Coast. 5.3%. Does it drink like that? I think so. I think it drinks like that. You get the juiciness a bit. It's balanced well. It's balanced well. And for me, it's always the bitterness that really sort of umps up the ABV, if you like, in flavour. That's a very decent drink. Very decent drink. Goes down well. It does feel a little bit lifeless now. It's got to be said. Not going to say it wasn't massively carbonated anyway, but it does feel a little bit thingy now. Shit happens, doesn't it? But otherwise, that is a very decent beer and a very nice drop indeed. So, oh my god, it's literally just like gunk what I've poured in there, if you like. But don't know if you can see. My side of the camera, it just looks like a big haze. But yeah, a very nice beer indeed. Surprised me actually. I wasn't expecting too much from it, but I think this one has actually delivered a bit more than I was expecting. So, pardon me, Bragdy Cubby or Bragdy Kubi, however you pronounce it. There's Sunshine Dan Mountain IPA. That really does hit the style perfectly in a traditional sense, but also has that craft thing there as well. You can appreciate it if you know a mountain IPA craft wise, and that you can appreciate it in this beer. So for me, they've hit the nail on the head with that. Gets a thumbs up. Would I drink that again? Definitely. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Basil will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.